Happy Fitness Friday, everybody!
Happy Fitness Friday and Happy New Year!
Yes, today we're going to talk to you about 4 ways that you can make your New Year's resolutions work for you. My name is Emily.
And my name is Dr. Ayla Donlin. We are your Myzone Master Trainers. I hold my doctoral degree in educational leadership, and both Emily and I hold master's degrees in kinesiology, Emily in exercise science and myself in exercise psychology. We are also certified personal trainers and group fitness instructors. We are thrilled to bring you new content every week on Fitness Friday.
Yes, and speaking of content, this topic that we're going to talk about today is also in a blog post. If you go to myzone.org, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and check out all of our previous blog posts, and also go to Myzone on YouTube because there's all of our previous Fitness Friday broadcasts, so lots of good content there. And airplane interruptions.
Of course. But I'm just going to talk through it, and I'm going to invite you to offer comments and questions throughout this entire broadcast. Anything that we can't address live during the broadcast, hey Coach B,
Hey.
we're going to go back on to Facebook and we'll respond to comments and questions there. So please bring it on. And last week there was quite a bit of chatter among the viewers. We love that. So if you guys want to talk to each other, ask each other questions, bring it on. If you have a specific question for us, maybe write in there, Ayla, Emily, here's my question, and then that will allow us to know that we can address it live.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop right on into this. So 4 ways that you can make your New Year's resolutions work for you. As many of you probably have seen or have done yourself, it's fun to write down our goals, and it's fun to think about our goals or our resolutions, but it's a whole lot harder to actually put the pedal to the metal and accomplish them. And it's so hard, in fact, that only about 8% of people actually accomplish their New Year's resolutions. 8%! Wow.
You're going to change those statistics.
Yes, absolutely. And so we've developed 4 ways that we want you to practice to help make that percentage go a little bit higher, right? Let's help bring that up. So the first tip that we have for you is to set small goals that will help you to achieve your larger goals. You may have heard of this before, but let's go through how we would do that. So let's say that your goal is to lose 50 pounds, right? That is a long-term outcome goal focused specifically on that weight loss, right? But it's not going to tell us how we're going to achieve that goal and what small steps we're going to take every day or every week to get to that bigger goal. So what we encourage you to do is set big goals that challenge yourself. Of course, that's the whole point, right? But we also want to make sure that we're setting those small steps or putting those small steps in place to get us there. So focus on making small goals that focus on the process, not just the outcome. And by process, I mean things you can take action on, such as, you know, if your goal is to lose 50 pounds in X amount of time, maybe your goal each week then is to do 2 workouts using your Myzone belt that are focused on the green zone, as well as 2 workouts that are primarily focused on the yellow zone. And so now every week, you know, am I achieving those 4 workouts in those specific zones to help me get to my bigger goal?
And related to that point, even if we do start small, there's still going to be that initial soreness that comes from getting started when we're doing novel activities. So many of you might be experiencing the New Year's resolution soreness factor. And that is A-okay. One of the best ways to deal with that initial soreness when you're doing novel activities, even if you are starting small, is to move a little bit more. So get your body warmed up. If you've done a workout that's caused some soreness, then the next day maybe go in and do a little bit of an extended warm-up to get your muscles and your joints and your connective tissues more warm before you go into your next activity. And then maybe take a little time after the activity to do some extra stretching or foam rolling, something that feels good, not pushing yourself to a point of pain, but stretching or foam rolling that feels like it's a relief or it feels very good.
Yeah. What about if your pain is so intense that you're kind of hobbling and are in debilitating pain? Should we push through it? Should we not? A lot of people have that experience.
Yeah, and one of our social connections was asking us these questions just yesterday, and I liked Emily's response saying that if you're debilitatingly sore to the point at which it's almost painful, then it's probably a good idea to take another 24 to 48 hours of rest and recovery. And maybe you can do a little bit of active recovery, go for a walk, something really light. But that's not necessarily something to push through if you are debilitatingly sore.
Okay. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we've got another tip for you.
We do. And that is to form goals around activities that you really enjoy or things that you really enjoy. Too often we set goals because we feel like we should, or there's a sense of obligation, and it's maybe not something or an activity that we necessarily enjoy. And if we're going to persist in an activity, it's really important that it comes from a place of enjoyment and satisfaction, something that we find intrinsically or inherently motivating. And a nice way to do that is to connect your fitness goals or your exercise goals to other values that you have. So let's go back to that example of you want to lose 50 pounds, long-term goal. So you're going to set process goals that are enjoyable along the way. Connect it to another value that you enjoy. Maybe you have dogs, or you have kids or family that like to get outside and go for a walk. Then instead of having to go to the gym and hammer, if that's not what you enjoy, then connect with the value of family or the value of service and choose to go for a walk or do something active that connects with other values that you have so that it's enjoyable.
Exactly, yeah. Being fit and healthy doesn't mean that we're punishing ourselves, right? It means that we're taking these measurable, actionable steps to get to our larger goal, but it shouldn't be torturous, right? I mean, workouts can be tough, but it shouldn't be something that you dread doing because no one's going to stick to that.
Right.
You know?
I think one of the most awesome parts about fitness is that there's such variety. So we can hopefully find something that we enjoy in the spectrum of physical activity and fitness activities available to us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, our next step is to track your progress. Now, Myzone makes this super easy, and you've probably heard the importance of tracking your progress before, but with your Myzone belt and your Myzone app, as well as your Myzone profile online, you can go back and look at all of your previous workouts. So I'm talking about doing things that you enjoy. Maybe you have workouts that you really enjoy doing each week, and we said take small steps each day or each week. Go back and look at them, track your progress, right? And you can go back and see, was I really working as hard as I thought I was? Maybe, you know, I kind of skipped out on a couple workouts. You can go back and check all of that. And what's in play here is that reward, that sense of knowing, hey, I've accomplished my goals this week. And there's a little bit else happening here, which is dopamine response. So if you go back and you're looking at your activity calendar and see that you accomplished all of your small goals for that week, you get a nice hit of some dopamine, which makes us feel good, and which can then contribute to us wanting to continue to feel that response and continue on our goals. So it's very important. And yes, Travis, I love that. Label your workouts with what you did. Tell us if you went for a walk with your family. Tell us if you did Zumba, whatever it is.
Yes. And then that way you can go back, like Emily was mentioning, and see which workouts you really enjoyed, which workouts allowed you to hit your intensity parameters that you wanted to hit that are moving you along toward that long-term outcome goal. So that allows you to better track your process goals if you're labeling it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bob, Coach B, we love that. Join a Myzone User Challenge Facebook group. Ayla's going to talk about something.
It's a perfect segue,
right now,
Coach B, into my next point, which is find accountability among the Myzone community. So you're probably well aware now that we have a social connection feature that you can find on your Myzone profile user login on your user page or through your Myzone app. Make sure that you are connecting with people both near and far. So find people at your facility that are Myzone users that you can add as social connections, and then you can have your community, both the tangible physical community and then your online community, and then connect with other people that are doing things maybe in another state, another country, and they're doing activities that you think are interesting and that you would enjoy. You can swap workouts, you can swap tips, and then that way you're stating your goals out loud, which is a really important thing to do, whether it's literally saying them out loud or sharing them in a virtual community. And that's a way that you can hold yourself accountable to those goals, and you can encourage one another in community that way.
Yeah, and that just reminded me too of when we're on our Myzone app. I love looking and seeing when Coach B likes my workouts, or you know, whoever it might be, when all of you guys are giving us feedback. And so that also plays into that feeling of reward, maybe a little bit of a hit of dopamine, that other folks are liking what you're doing. And so you can find value in that as well.
Yes, we would love to know your goals, so make sure that you are sharing them through the social connection feature, but also on social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, post what you're doing, post your goals so that we can create community in those spaces as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And let us know how things are going. We wish you so much joy and success this year with, you know, getting to your New Year's resolutions or goals and just having a great year all around. So keep us posted on how things are going, and you can do that by using the hashtags MyZoneMoves and Effort Rewarded on social media.
And we will be here with you all year, ladies and gentlemen. 2017 is going to be a good one. We're here every Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and of course all around the world. We want to support you in what all of your fitness related goals are, so please join us on Fridays and tune in to our MyZone Moves podcast, which you can catch on iTunes or Google Play.
Yeah, and for those of you who have stuck around to the very end of this broadcast, why don't you comment either right now while we're live or after we're live? Let us know what your goals are. Now you're making an announcement, right, to us and to the MyZone community, and we'll go through and be sure to like all of your resolutions and hold you accountable to them.
And we'll even share one or two of our own.
Yes, we will. Okay, awesome guys, thank you so much for being here today. Again, any questions you have, let us know about it. We will see you next week. And
keep moving forward.
Keep moving forward. I don't know why I didn't say it. What was that?
Have a great start to the year, everybody.
Bye, guys.